And welcome back, everybody. Phelps versus Tug Valley here at the 23rd annual Hatfield McCoy Shootout. And we want to take a second to thank one of the men that helped make this possible. Chris, Chris Atkins, guys. This is one of the most important events for our small community here. Definitely the most important event here at the Williamson Fieldhouse. And you continue to support this year after year. You know, what makes this something that you want to back so much?
There's not a lot of opportunities to bring this many kids together and where they can come to a historic venue. I got to play here. Mark got to play here. My sons got to play here with Scott High School in the past, and it's just a great opportunity to bring them in and let them see the history that's went on here. I remember coming here as a little kid, and it was standing room only, and they were ripping backboards off the back there, so it's a pretty awesome experience.
Yeah, and that's something, 23 years, and I know Mark Witt, I spoke to him many times, and he talks about all the time, you've helped keep this, even when, the war on coal happened, and, a lot of people wasn't able to do it. You still right there funding this event. It has to be something that's near and dear to your heart for you to continue to work with Mark. It's
a very worthwhile event, I think, and like I say, Mark and I played together in junior high, and we've been friends ever since. And you get to see a lot of old friends in the area here, but it's great for coal country. This is probably one of the best venues you can ever come and play in. If you're sitting here wanting to watch a game, it's laid out perfect where you can see the game great. There's a few of these still left around, Beckley and Logan and here, but, they're few and far between anymore.
They've done a fabulous job with the new paint job.
Yeah, man, this is incredible what they've done this year to it.
I wasn't a big fan of the chair back seats added at the bottom. I like the old ones that they had here, but, once I seen Jared Dean's vision come to fruition, it looks beautiful.
Oh, man, this is awesome, and to see all the old banners hanging here in the Hall of Fame, and like I say, all the history that went on with Williamson and so forth, it's a great event.
Chris, let's talk about what makes you able to do this. Talk about your business and talk about what y'all are doing. And are you? I know you're in the mining business. Are y'all doing hiring? What's going on with it?
Yeah, we're in the mining business. The mining industry is a tough business to be in nowadays, so it's pretty tough to be involved in that, but I've got a few other things going on and it enables me to still help out and stuff like this, and it's great to get back when you're from this area.
Well, you as a mining, in the mining business, just from a supporter like myself, will we see any change in that with the new presidency? Will we see things pick back up, or?
We'd all like to think so, but if you're a coal miner, you're optimistic, or you don't get out of bed the next morning to go to work. So we hope that things will happen, but the bureaucracy of things, it takes 3 or 4 years to get any legislation through and get EPA changed and so forth. So we hope things will change, but I don't know if we can get them changed that rapidly for us.
Where are you from?
I grew up on Pigeon Creek in Delbarton. Okay. Now I live in Madison, West Virginia, and so I'm still in the area here.
Well, Chris, listen, anytime, I know last year I got to speak with you. Y'all got the tents down here. Tomorrow, if you don't care, I'm going to ask you to come back up. I know we got cut short on time, so there's some side stuff going on. But if you don't care, come back up and talk to us.
Sure will. I appreciate everything you do for these local kids, and that's what it's all about. If we don't take care of the local kids, no one else will.
We got to stick together. It takes a village.
And I appreciate you shining a light on a lot of them to help them that next step.
Well, one thing when we started this, one thing that you always do, man, is like I always say, Obama's war on coal hit this community hard, and if you're wanting the mountains to thrive again, invest in the youth.
Absolutely, this is where it's at.
So I appreciate you.
Certainly appreciate everything.
Look forward to talking to you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir.
And guys, we're going to talk to Mark Witt here for about a minute, and before he gets started, and here you go. And come on over here, Mark Witt.
Hey, buddy.
This is Mark Witt, guys. Mark Witt, Jared Fletcher has been here many years, and let me fix this camera here so they can see at home. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. Mark, as you've been sitting here watching tonight's events unfold, this is the 23rd annual, and the new renovations to the field house, you know, it seems like it's been a hit, man. You got a packed house here again. Y'all put a good slate of games. I've heard everybody talking about it. How you feeling about this year's slate?
Really good. You know, again, I got the guy you just had on, Chris Atkins. You know, we go back to the old Mate one days. He's a few years behind me, but couldn't do it without our good sponsors out there. This event here this year, you've got, I think, 17 different teams from 8 different counties coming in, and you know, you and I had talked, and you've helped us promote it. We really appreciate D&D, all the media outlets. Metro Sports was here tonight with Jeff Jenkins. He came down and did a nice interview talking about being a second longest running thing and how people are trying to duplicate what we're doing at other venues. But you know, we had some good games tonight. You know, the Hurricane and Martin County sort of surprised me. The other games have pretty much fit where I thought they would. Mingo Central played Lawrence County a lot better than what I thought they would. You know,
I think that surprised everybody.
Yeah, from what I've heard about everybody, I don't know anything about either team, but you know, it's just been a great venue. Got a good crowd. Everybody seems to be having a good time, and the teams, everyone have come back and asked to be back again next year. So that's a positive thing.
Yeah, and you know, I like one thing. You know, I spoke to you earlier summer, and you know, I like that you try to make sure that you get the top talent in the area here, you know, because when I talked to you, you said, I'm missing a few teams, said, who's one player I got to watch? And I said, Austin Sperry from Breathitt County, and the fans got to see him today. You know, it's I like that you're that involved, that you try to make sure the top players are here in the showcase.
Well, that's what we want to do, and you know, having people out there like yourself that gets to see these players, he was a treat to watch tonight, and I can see why he you know, he's a potential candidate for Mr. Kentucky basketball. He's as good as everything you said he would be.
Yeah, he is. He's as hyped up, and you know, this ball game right here, I expect this to be a big time matchup. It was a buzzer beater in the first game. Phelps ended up winning, but you know, you got nightcap, Tug Valley closing both nights out. I think tomorrow night, I think it's going to be standing room only in this house for that matchup. But this one right here, I'm excited for, Mark. And tomorrow, if you don't care in the earlier games, come up during halftime and during the games, and let's talk a few times throughout, because I got a lot of questions I still want to talk to you about.
I appreciate that. I want to let everybody know, you know, we added an 11 o'clock game in the morning. It's a midget league game, 2 All-Stars. Yeah. But you can come in, you got one price tag to get in. We got $10 general admission, get a hand stamp, come and go all day long. Also, they can upgrade it $5 and have a chair back on the floor.
And they got a insane concession stand here.
That they do.
Yeah, come here, support the concession. And guys, Mark Witt, Jared Fletcher has done it again, a huge Hatfield McCoy Showcase event. Mark, I look forward to the morning to talking to you. You know, come up in the first game, and then we'll end at the end game to talk about how your thoughts and everything. But I got a lot more I want to talk to you about.
Thank you. Appreciate everything you guys do for high school sports.
I appreciate you, my dear friend.
See you, buddy.
Thank you. Guys, Mark Witt, one of the best in the business. When you talk about a man that genuinely cares about his community, you know, he's just a special dude. So we're getting ready to get started. And Drew, as I'll let you get started there real quick.
All right, guys, I'm back, and we are here for a tip-off of Tug Valley and Phelps for the nightcap of the 23rd annual Hatfield McCoy Shootout. Ball's going up. Looks like it's going to go Phelps possession here. Knox Wallace with the ball. He's bringing it up, being closely guarded by Caden Hill. Over to Stewart. Big country Tyler Whittington with the ball. Back over to Wallace. Zaid Rash, former Belfry standout.
And
rocking with the Hornets now. Ooh, look like a travel there. The referee might have missed.
We're back here as nice job, Jamar Stewart. And coming back the other way, Carson Newsom, guarded by Zaid Rash, gets it out to
nice pass
Ashton
from
Deskins, and you got Ferris out top. He's guarded. Now, I've seen Cameron Smith continues to do this, and it hasn't bit him yet. He puts Toby out on Toby Adese, number 5. He's like a 6'7" Greek goddess, and he puts him out on these point guards. To me, I think he's setting the kid up for failure, but Toby's done a good job with Grant Hall, Carter Jude. I mean, we see Cameron do that a lot, and he's going to have his hands full tonight with Braden Ferris.
Absolutely, but like you said, to make your point for you there, I mean, he's done a good job on the multiple point guards that he's played, and but there's a tall task here for him and Braden Ferris.
First quarter sponsored by.
What a pass by Ferris.
Nice.
Bucket by Eli.
First quarter sponsored by T&D Quick Stop, located in Kermit, West Virginia.
I think the viewers have been able to tell one thing about me. I love to see a good pass.
Nice. Now coming back the other way, you got Carson Newsom. Nice pass over to Caden Hill. As you see Newsom guarded by Rash, over to Ferris.
Oh, rejected the ball screen. Good pass out to Hill. You can't leave him open.
Oh, hell yeah. Caden Hill with a trifecta.
Caden Hill, if he's open, you might as well count it most of the time.
Yep. And they'll kick it out. Stewart.
Looked like a travel there. Long shot. Oh, Braden Ferris gets ahead of the pack. He's going to go up at the basket. Good.
Nice. Going back the other way, Rash.
Rash is another one you can't leave open, but he found big country Tyler Weddington down underneath.
Weddington coming fresh off the 1,000-point club. Just a sophomore, already joined the 1,000-point club.
He's one of my favorites to watch, man. He's just a baller.
He is. He's a load, man. Load to deal with down low. Ashton Deskins swatted by Weddington.
Yeah, Ashton Davis with a take there, but Big Country said not in here.
And we got over 300 people tuning in, guys. Hit that like and share button. Get these numbers up. Braden Ferris.
I'd almost like to see Tug Valley kind of clear this left side out and just see Ferris take Toby off the dribble here just to see how it goes.
You'll see Deskins inbound the basketball here for the Panthers.
Davis.
I don't know. I get the Evans, Deskins, Davis. I get all of them mixed up. I call Ashton by the last name at least once a year.
There you go.
There goes Caden Hill. Guarded by Stewart. Gets over to Ferris.
Ooh,
nice pass. Yeah, Eli. And Ferris has found Eli twice, cutting to the basket for easy layups. Jamar Stewart, little shake, bake, kicks it over. Desai.
Wow,
nice.
Tough finish.
Yep.
Not much else Ashton Davis could have done right there.
Yep.
Caden Hill wide open. Off the mark, rare miss.
Ferris
Wow.
outside of the backboard. Caden Hill put back good. Nice job by Caden Hill. Stretches it out to a 3-point lead here. Rash up to Weddington. Weddington may have got away with a travel there.
Looked like he may have shuffled his feet a little bit,
I
but
thought
we
so.
play on.
Yep. Weddington off the mark. They'll kick it up. You got Newsom.
Oh. This may be the best crowd we've seen for a game all night long. It looks like it's a packed house here for this nightcap.
Swing it in. And Davis off the mark. You've not seen Ashton Davis get as many of them clean looks as he normally does. There's Zay Rash with the cleanup.
Nice crossover.
Back iron, no good.
I think the improvement from Carson Newsom into this year, I think that may be a result, or Ashton Davis seeing less three-point attempts per game may be a result of just Carson Newsom, in there a lot more this year as
there's Weddington stretching the floor there. Big three-point bucket. And all of a sudden, Phelps on top by 2 here. Again, first time out, Jamar Stewart hit a circus shot at the buzzer to beat Tug Valley. So this is part 2 of this series.
Yeah, Tug Valley fans definitely remember that crazy game winner he hit down at the Valley.
Ferris shot up, no good. Weddington with the rebound. And, that's where, if you're Tug Valley, somebody's got to put a butt on Tyler Weddington. Well, actually, 2 people's got to put a butt on him, keep him off the board.
Absolutely. I think the other day he had 40 and 20 in a game.
He had 41 and 30.
Yeah, that's insane. Like I said, the only thing you say about Tyler Weddington, the kid can just hoop.
Davis off the mark. Here comes Stewart. And let's go get Braden Ferris for the foul. Look at Cameron Smith with the nice threads on. Nancy Casey says, thanks D&D for covering our school's games. Nancy, we couldn't do what we do if it was not for you, my dear friend. Appreciate everything you do helping us to make sure that we can cover mountain athletes. We're definitely lucky to call you a friend. Justin McCoy says, Callie McCoy, yes, she broke the school record, 49 points, 2,000-point club now. Rash off the mark. Stewart with the rebound. Nick Knight says, let the big man eat. Jason Blair said the fieldhouse floor looks great. And Austin Brewer, former Tug Valley great, says Tug Valley back to shooting stupid shots instead of team ball this quarter.
Austin's always going to tell you how it is. That's a fact.
Well, Andrew, that's what I was going to say. You grew up a Tug Valley kid. You grew up, like me, I thought Greg Davis was Superman, and I'm not even you didn't grow up, I'm a Belfry fan. And,
right.
So when you was growing up, how did you look as a kid to Austin Brewer?
Oh, I thought, growing up, LeBron James is my favorite player, and number 2 is Austin Brewer. It's just the guy. The 2 years they went back-to-back, I was in probably 6th, 7th grade, and I just thought those guys that's who I wanted to be when I grew up, And they definitely left their mark on Tug Valley basketball.
I love that, man, because that's the same way, like us at Belfry was. And the SA just pushed Ferris. That's the same way that we always was, like with Russell Carter for Belfry football. Nice take by Ferris. And J.J. Hilton, and I know Greg Davis, Austin Brewer are 2 of y'all's favorites there in that community.
Now, don't get me wrong though, this is kind of off topic, but a high school player did surpass Austin, and it was by the name of Hobo McCoy. When I got to see that guy play at Pike Central, that really changed some stuff for me. And then when he went to UPike, it just I was all over him.
You know where Hobo's at now, don't you?
Great crossing, right?
Yep, with Michael Moreno.
Yep.
There you go, Stewart. Kicks it
down.
Oh,
what a block by Eli. Ferris getting out on the break.
Bryson Eli says, get that weak sauce out of here. And Ferris right back the other way, 19-13, Tug Valley pulling away late in the first.
Love to see the energy from Bryson Eli. Bryson Eli is one of the most versatile players I think I've ever had the pleasure of coaching. And Phelps is just turnover after turnover. And Stewart completely quit on the play there. That was surprising to see.
Yeah, he's got to get up there and at least, try to
contest that.
Yeah. 21-13.
Tug Valley Nation is on their feet. Stewart from deep, no good.
Tug Valley on their feet, loud and proud. We're going to take and throw up some sponsors here, guys, as we'll step away for just a second. Well, I'll tell you what, we'll stay here during this real quick. I want to thank Crum Funeral Home, Eric's Trucking, Cheech's Pizza, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Markham Remora and Associates, 3 Guys Pizza and Brew, Butcher's Towing, Blue and White Bargains, Kermit Western Auto, Ella Neal Mart in Kemper, Kentucky, Hornets Restaurant, Hometown Pharmacy, Southside Mall, Blessings from Above, huge Valentine's Day blowout. Hit them up for all your Valentine's Day needs, located right beside the football field. Hilltop Pharmacy and Hilltop Primary Care, Justin Bradford doing everything he can to bring a spotlight to the Phelps community. Lafferty Medical Clinic, White's Appliance and Furniture, Giovanni's of Gilbert, Fletcher's Signs and Designs, get game day gear ready. J&L Auto Sales, Butler Dental, West Madison Grocery, Hometown Delights, Lucky Dog Thrift Store, Southern Shears, Farrell and Hill Insurance Agency, 75 years of insurance needs. Kessler's Formal Boutique and Consignment, West Virginia Paving. And last but not least, I want to thank our good friends at Warfield IGA. Andrew coming back out in the second quarter, 21-13 lead. And this, you know, if you're Phelps, you've got to be careful here early in the second and don't let Tug Valley stretch this out to a big lead. There's Weddington fadeaway, no good. Ferris back the other way.
What a move by Ferris.
Yep. Ferris with the bucket. And come back the other way. Stewart. Drive kick.
Cash wide open.
Yep.
The referee on the baseline there went to make the call about it hitting the top, and it looked like he kind of got a little scared he might have made the wrong call, but I can assure him he is right.
There's Davis. Davis gets over to Ferris. Ferris.
Stagger screen for Hale.
Yep.
Played well by Phelps.
Gets over. There's Davis going to work on Weddington down low.
Oh, what a pass. Ooh.
Yeah, Hale just couldn't convert. Hale battling down low. Knox Wallace gets it to Weddington. And 10-point lead right now.
Rash wide open again.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know why he didn't take that on in.
Yeah, Rash is too good. He's got to shoot that shot. There he is right there. Rash goes up hard. Rims out. Weddington. Nice job. Weddington cleans up the mess.
Weddington's so fun to watch. I mean, you just the stuff he does is crazy.
He's just so fundamentally sound. There goes Ferris. Pull up.
Wow, kind of had to readjust in midair there and
Carson
threw his shot off.
Got hammered. No call. Rash leaves that one short.
There goes Tug Valley out and running again. Tug Valley won the, oh, what a nice Euro step, looking like Manu Ginobili out here. Carson Newsom all the way to the rack.
You know, Zayd Rash, he's due for an outbreak. He's had a couple rough outings here of late. I know against Belfry, they held him to 1, and then I think he come back the other night against that Shelby Valley team and was held to 4. He's too good of an offensive player. Like, he's due for a breakout.
I can remember the times I had to face him in middle school, man. He'd light us up for sure. I think we might be offline.
Guys, we apologize that the logo was still up there.
I know one thing. I definitely can tell a bunch of people are viewing this game because I just got about 10 different calls to my cell phone from people I don't even know.
I did too, and there's Desse, off the mark, and 25-16. Yeah, there's a load watching. We do apologize. As we've had some technical issues up here. Bear with us, folks. We got a lot of stuff going on.
Appreciate everybody sending me a message to let me know that.
Yeah.
Don't have time to get back with you now, but we think we've took care of it.
There goes Newsom over to Ferris. He's off the mark.
Ethan Farrell's checked in the game here for Tug Valley.
Nice job there by Stewart. And Weddington with the tip in. You know, I could tell the people, they wouldn't know what to do if they had to go back to radio, would they?
No. Media outlets have definitely spoiled people.
Yeah, we love our fans, man. We do. And we appreciate you guys. I mean, being patient with us there. Caden Hill, as we fix the technical issues. And just like that, Phelps takes the timeout. Tug Valley 28, Phelps 18. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here on the D&D Sports Network.
God,
Hold on. If you're looking for an award-winning tire shop that focuses on customer service that's family-owned and family-operated, stop by and see our friends Jeremy and Chasta at Punk's Tires. If you have a hectic work schedule and you're looking for a non-stressful, convenient way to buy tires, take advantage of Punk's Tires Appointment Saturdays. If they don't have the tire you're looking for, they guarantee it to have it the next day. Punk's Tires can take care of all your needs in tires, wheels, wheel alignments, brakes, rotors, minor mechanic work, and more. They'll treat you like family from the second you walk through the door. Come see us in Virgie, Kentucky, or give us a call at 606-639-TIRE. That's 606-639-TIRE. And we are back here at the historic Williamson Fieldhouse 23rd Annual Hatfield McCoy Shootout, brought to you courtesy of Chris Atkins, as Andrew Evans and Darryl McCoy on the call. As we're starting, or midway through the second period, and right now, Tug Valley's built up a 10-point advantage. Stewart.
Rifled that pass in there. Rare miss from Wellington.
Yeah, he blows a layup there, coming back the other way. Ferris on the break. Ferris leaves it for Hale. Off the mark. Jamar Stewart on the break. Here comes one-on-one with Braden Ferris. Nice finish by Stewart. Nick Knight says go Hornets. Sandra Gilman says Caden Hale is the best.
Oh, elevator screen action for Hale. 3 from the left wing, no good. Here comes Knox Wallace in a hurry. Toby run the floor with him, feed the big guy. Oh, he got fouled hard on that. Phelps fans sound unhappy, but I think that was a good play on the ball there. Now, Darryl, what grade is Toby in?
Toby is a senior. Toby at this age and Mars Stewart both come down from Canada, and they both senior seasons. Right now, you got Reese Norman in the ball game too, Knox Wallace, and Tyler Weddington.
Here comes Caden Hale pushing the pace. You look at this Tug Valley offense, they have so many threats, and Ferris is cooking and blows the layup.
There's Jamar Stewart, off the mark. Now, as they're coming out, you see Ferris gets it over to Newsom. Newsom driving left, and
hard foul.
Yeah.
But yet again, I think a play on the ball. I like that set, though, bringing Carson Newsom off the pin down screen to get him going to his strong hand on the left side.
Cameron Smith telling them to slide their feet. There.
Carson Newsom misses the front end of the first shot. Newsom set to shoot the second shot. It is good.
There you go, as you see Weddington Kicks it over to Wallace, to Stewart. Here comes Jamar Stewart. Oh, he had Reese Norman wide open. Reese Norman gets it underneath. Bucket, no good. Weddick, the putback, no good. (29-20).
Now, the way I feel about this over the back call, and I may be wrong, but I feel like if a player does not make an attempt to box out, how can you punish the guy behind him for going up and getting a rebound? I mean, if the inside guy's not even making an effort to box out, I don't think you penalize the guy coming from behind. I really don't.
No, I agree with you on that. In today's game, box outs are rare and few between.
Yeah, sadly. Nice pull up, Jay, in and out there for Ferris. Here comes Stewart in a hurry the other way. Ferris a little frustrated with the call there, but I think it was the right call.
Yep.
Knox Wallace, he's just a freshman, right?
Yeah, Knox Wallace. No, he's sophomore.
Sophomore.
Yeah, he's part of that loaded 2027 class. Him, Weddington, and Rash all sophomores.
Yeah.
And Davis rips down the rebound. Coming back.
Ferris pushing up in a hurry out to Newsom. Corner three.
Off the mark. Weddington goes up high for that board. You know, I like.
Oh, what a play by
Yes.
Ethan Farrell. Might have stepped out of bounds, but he gets away with it anyway. Ferris with a
what a layup by Ferris. And I tell you, Ethan Farrell coming in, making big plays. You know, Ethan Farrell has kind of went and stole that six-man spot. And, you know,
there he is again.
Yep, there he is.
Hold ahead.
Nice job, Ethan up. Caden Hale off the mark. Yep,
Ethan Farrell with a third steal in a row, ladies and gentlemen.
3 steals, and Ethan, he can hit that 3. Caden Hale off the mark.
His teammates are not converting, but Cameron Smith said, let's put a stop to this mess. 3 consecutive turnovers for the Hornets.
3 steals in a row for Big E. Ethan played for me this summer on my AAU team. Ethan is a fabulous kid on and off the floor.
He is a good kid.
A great kid as you sit there and look, Tug Valley, is built up an 11-point lead, 1:37 to go here in the second quarter, and a lot of it has been because of the defense. And Phelps, they got a short bench. They just had a kid transfer out, one of their starters, so it's made their bench a lot shorter, and it's hard for them to keep that pace up that Tug Valley wants to play with right now.
And anytime you got a big change like that mid-season, I mean, it's going to take you a couple games to adapt. I had to deal. I've dealt with injury bug on my middle school team a couple times. You had a starter go down, and I had a kid go down before the season even got underway. So
that's tough. If you're Cameron Smith, you could see like it kind of took the air out of the sails. When you come out of a timeout and you turn it over, that's a killer. Angie Browning says, good job, Ethan. And Haley Maynard says, Ethan's a dynamite player. Ronald Prater says, looks like they're about to give it up. There's Davis. Davis going to hand it off to Ferris.
Surprised Davis turned down that 3. They kind of backed up, dared him to shoot it. We both know he's more than capable of knocking that 3-point shot down.
I don't think people, nice move by Davis. He gets it to roll in. Ashton Davis, the younger brother of former Panther Easton Davis.
Oh, offensive foul going the other way.
Yeah, got him with the push.
I just feel like Stewart's a really good player I've watched this year, but I feel like in this game he's been kind of disoriented from the jump. I'm not sure what's going on there, but.
Well, here's what's tough is, like Phelps, Stewart was, he was set to miss this ball game. And because of the fact that they had the fact that he picked up 2 technicals at Belfry, so he was going to have to sit out 2 games. Cameron Smith added a game with Shelby Valley so he could play in this game tonight. But what that done in return is put where your team's playing 5 games in a row counting tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I would say they're probably wore out on their last leg right now. Nice job by Ferris.
Yeah, that's tough, and that's another thing I faced this year with all this bad weather we've had and the snow.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had weeks where we played 4 or 5 right in a row, and it makes a difference.
Knox Wallace got it to roll in, but they're going to call a charge. Ashton Davis stepping up, taking the charge. That's a momentum killer. Tug Valley leads by 15.
I know Coach Thompson's happy about that one. There's not many games went by that you look at the whiteboard in the locker room of a Tug Valley locker room, and it doesn't say take a charge on there. So
Jason Dotson says 4 games and 4 nights for the Hornets, playing a step behind. And as you're sitting there, Andrew Maynard says, and he's watching from Hatfield, Kentucky, cheering on the Panthers. Tug Valley will go into the locker room with a 17-point lead. You don't want to go anywhere. We've seen this Phelps team come back many times. We'll take a quick break. Be right back here with more action live on the D&D Sports Network. we are back here. Second half action brought to you courtesy third quarter, sponsored by Eric's Trucking. No job is too large or too small. Call Sarton's Trucking today for all your shipping needs. Andrew Maynard says take back the game, Phelps. Joe Kendra says 37-20 Tug. Bill Davis tuning in, my good friend Bill. And Andrew Maynard says don't give this away to Phelps. Let's get the win.
Looks like Tug Valley's going to come out in a full-court diamond press here. Got a hand on the ball. Toby not paying attention.
Yeah.
Came up with it anyway. Wow, that's a big,
yeah,
he's got long strides, but what a block.
There's Weddington
Crash
sticking with
the
it.
glass.
Yep, nice job by Weddington. Kayla Klein says, let's go Panthers. Kayla, one of the biggest Tug Valley fans.
This Phelps crowd is riled up for this second half. They want to see these boys make a run.
Davis gets it into Newsom. Newsom picked up by Jamar Stewart out top. Again, Andrew Evans, Darryl McCoy on the call. You're watching the D&D Sports Network coverage of the Chris Atkins Hatfield and McCoy Shootout. There's Davis off the mark. Weddington grabs the board. Here comes Phelps on the run. Stewart crosses the timeline. And he's going to pop it. Nice shot. Banks are open tonight. That's a Logan Bank and Trust bank shot.
You know, when these guys played the first time down at Tug Valley, I really thought Stewart getting to that little elbow pull-up, that was his game, and you see it there.
Weddington.
Oh, what a block.
Yeah, nice job. He was just waiting for Davis to go up with it. Weddington kicks it over to Rash. Rash, nice break there. And strong finish by Knox Wallace.
Nice use of his body on that.
Yep.
Phelps has made a run here to start the second half.
Knox Wallace. Great finish there by Wallace. Real quick, guys, want to thank these sponsors. Want to thank Eric's Trucking, Cheech's Pizza, Crum Funeral Home, Butcher's Towing, Blue Light Bargains, Kermit Western Auto, Hometown Pharmacy, Southside Mall, Three Guys Pizza and Brew, Williamson Pharmacy, Markham Remora and Associates, Blessings from Above, Hornets Restaurant, Hilltop Primary Care and Hilltop Pharmacy, Lafferty Medical Clinic, White's Appliance and Furniture, Giovanni's at Gilbert, Fletcher's Signs and Designs, J&L Auto Sales, Butler Dental, taking all insurance, West Madison Grocery, Hometown Delights, Lucky Dog Thrift Store, Southern Shears, Farrell and Hill Insurance Agency celebrating over 75 years of service to the Danville Madison community, Kessler's Formal Boutique and Consignment, and West Virginia Paving. Guys, couldn't do it without our sponsors. Please make sure you frequent theirs, like their pages, and give them a big thank you for allowing us to come in and bring this action. I want to thank Mark Witt, Jared Fletcher for always partnering and allowing D&D Sports Network to be the exclusive network of the Hatfield McCoy Shootout. Now Andrew coming back out here. You got Carson Newsom guarded by Stewart. They'll swing it over. You got Braden Ferris guarded by Desse out top. And again, you know, you've still not seen anybody try to take advantage of Desse guarding the point guard. And there it is. Now Ferris done it. Good job recovering by Desse. Good defense. Carson Newsom's going back out. Has Knox Wallace on him. Davis short arms that one. Here comes Jamar Stewart. And Tug Valley.
Nice back tip by Eli.
Bryson Eli hustled back, making the play, stopping the layup. There's an 11-point lead right now for the Tug Valley Panthers. Carson Newsom. Nice dump off. And Ashton Davis getting fouled there. No, they're wanting jump ball, but I think they're going to call a foul on Wallace. And they do. As Darren Dotson says Phelps could really use Ethan Fields right now. Michelle Brewer says jacking up threes. Austin Brewer says just like that, they have life. Sukat Lester says let's go Hornets. Weddington 11 points, 11 boards right now. And Kyle Newsom watching from Vegas says let's go Carson.
Yeah, Weddington's pretty much a walking double-double at this point.
He is. He's. I mean, every night you're not going to stop him from getting a double-double.
Which I think is remarkable when you got a kid on your team in that starting lineup with you that's whatever Toby is, 6'8", 6'7".
Nice job. Yeah. Believe it or not, you know, the kid that I've seen do the best job on him this year was Bryce Hagee.
Really?
Yeah, he done a tremendous job. I think definitely probably a season low for Weddington. Held him like 8 points. You know, I mean, that's 8 points is a lot for most people, but for Weddington, you know, I mean, Weddington has that in his sleep. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
But the you see Weddington at the line. Gary Cannon says house full of Panther fans in Dandridge, Tennessee, cheering on Tug Valley tonight. Gary, we appreciate you always tuning in and supporting our sponsors.
Yeah, Gary, I'm gonna go ahead and let Panther Nation know now that we need to see G come back home and get in a Lenore jersey next season.
No, I've seen some videos of his son. He's pretty good. And 38-27, 11-point lead right now for Tug Valley. Phelps, big possession here for the Hornets.
Tug Valley has only scored 1 point in this third quarter. Here's third again, getting to that mid-range spot.
Nice job. Strong board by Eli. Here comes Braden Ferris. Ferris kicks it up court. Pull up. Hale off the mark. Hale with the rebound. Other side of the rim. Yes, nice job following the shot. And Tug Valley is going to call the timeout. As you can see, Cameron Smith is livid right now. As 40-27 is the score. We'll take a quick break. Be right back. More action live here on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 and reach us Monday through Friday.
We're back here at the historic Williamson Fieldhouse, 40-27. Tug Valley up on Phelps here as the Hornets are trying to make a run to claw back in this thing here. Knox Wallace gets it over to Stewart. Stewart, he's got Ferris all over him like white on rice. There's Stewart. Nice job. Ooh, he had Wallace wide open, and there's a nice job, Andrew Keynes. Andrew Keynes coming in, playing big minutes off the bench. You know, I talked to Cameron Smith, and he told me, he said, Andrew Keynes, Josh Keynes, and Owen Sullivan, he said, I will have them ready where they can produce and give us big minutes by postseason. So he's got a lot of faith in that young group. Gordon Varney says Bryce fouled the whole game, should have been fouled out. I don't know. I didn't get to see, you know, I'm just watching from the camera, but, you know, I mean, I'm just going by, you know, his season low. We all know Tyler's spectacular. You know, I think that's probably his low, ain't it, Gordon? On the season, because very seldom does he ever not score double digits. And Ann Wellman says, I love the field house now. It's beautiful. Joe Kinder says 9 points, 3 boards for Caden Hale.
I love to hear that comment about the field house. You know, me and Jared Dean's got a pretty close relationship, and like you talking about earlier with these walls and just different stuff that was going on in the process. I mean, he took a lot of heat from some people, but I think now that people see the finished product, I mean, man, it's awesome.
And Davis. And that's the free throw. And Wallace over to Stewart. Stewart kicks it up court. Nice pass. Weddington with the bucket. Good job running the floor for the big fella. Coming back the other way, Ferris. That's Canes on him. Nice take. And Weddington going to get called for the foul. Nice take by Braden Ferris.
Tug Valley, me being from there, I'm not going to lie to you, they're getting the whistle often here in this second half. But I will say, too, the difference is they're getting downhill almost every possession and attacking the basket.
Yeah, absolutely. Kayla Klein says Tug has always had an amazing basketball program. Janice Roden, watching from New Boston, Ohio. Grass Spanker says Tug Valley is a special team. And Joe Kendra says Ashton Davis, 6 points, 4 boards right now. And, Braden Ferris is also point guard for our D&D Mountain Elite team with Ethan Farrell on it. Playing up a class, and he done a tremendous job for us.
Ferris is a gym rat, man. He stays after it all year round.
He is. Good kid. Come from good stock. Ricky and Tamara are two of the best.
Absolutely.
There you go. Newsom. He's going to back it back out as Tug Valley sitting on a 10-point advantage. You know, you got to be careful here because Phelps, this is kind of the same exact way that the Belfry game went last week for Phelps. You know, it kept about a 10-point game, and then in the final quarter, they come back and ended up cutting it to like 3. I promise you, this team ain't going to go away. There's Weddington, nice job.
I don't understand Tug Valley here in this third quarter. I mean, they've been burnt on this diamond press I don't know how many times in a row. At some point, you'd think, let's back out of it for a second.
A nice pass by Rash to Weddington there. There's a nice job.
And it's almost like they heard me here. How they go back up a little bit.
Lamar Stewart backing it out. Weddington. Stewart swings out to Rash. Rash, nice take. He's going to get fouled by Eli. Bryson Eli, one of the better defenders in the Cofield.
Absolutely. I mean, Bryson can nearly guard 1 through 5. I mean, he's just a versatile athlete in any sport he plays.
Dagan Rash says Tug Valley wouldn't be a top 8 team in the 15th region, but it's so impressive what they do year in, year out. It is very impressive. They just beat Tucker County, so they front runners to win a state title again. It's basketball U, one of the true basketball schools in the Cofields. There's Ferris guarded by Dessay. Nice job. Ann May Sarton Wellman says thanks for the live, D&D.
Oh, what a spin move.
Nice.
Matt at the peak of his shot there by Toby.
Uh-oh. Braden Ferris just scored 1,000 career points. This is what Joe Kinder says.
Wow, and that's as a junior.
Yep.
I wasn't even aware that he was close to that mark.
Yeah, well, I figured he was. I figured he had to be close. Weddington just hit it as a sophomore.
He probably played some ball as an 8th grader, didn't he?
And yeah, he did. And but no, he didn't.
No,
he did. He was at Belfry. Yeah, he didn't play any. They all played middle school ball.
Wow, that's super impressive then.
Yep.
I want to say Parker Watts hit a big milestone not so long ago, too. What was his, 2000?
Yep. Yeah, Parker Watts, 2000. The Cheeches or Hornets? Who you got? Best pizza, Grass Banker says.
Oh, Cheeches by a mile.
Listen.
I can't really vote. I haven't had Hornets, so I can't really say. But I couldn't imagine anything being better than Cheeches.
I'm going to take the political question here. I'll leave it up to the fans to decide that one. But it depends on what state I'm in.
There you go.
Hornets best in Kentucky. Cheeches best in Mingo County.
I can get behind that.
Oh, hell yeah. Caden Hell with another 3-point bucket. Stretches it out to a 13-point advantage here. No, Joe Weddington didn't play. He played middle school ball. in 8th grade.
Yeah, because that 8th grade team they had at Belford that year, that was something special.
Stephen Markin says, I'd like to see Tug and Martin County play.
Yeah, I was really going into this event before the schedule was released. I was under the impression that was going to happen, but
the Braden Ferris with 1,000 points. The Stewart hard on that one. Got to take his time here. Congratulations, Braden Ferris, 1,000 point club.
yeah, he's had a heck of a career as a Tug Valley Panther, and he's still got the rest this year and his senior year to kind of pile on all those milestones and perhaps even a couple more state titles.
Ferris, little shake, bait. Gets over to Ferris. Brings it out to Hale.
I think Tug Valley's content for trying to chew some clock here and hold for one.
That's Carson Newsom. Nice job, kick out. And, I know they wanted to hold for one, but, Davis is wide open like that. Watch Ethan Farrell in the corner over here on the right side. He's locked and loaded, ready to let it fly if it comes his way.
Got down to 15 seconds here. I think they can almost time. A few more seconds and they'll get into their set now.
This is the way you finish quarters out. Great job by Rabbit Thompson. And kickball. Now they're around 4 seconds left. Let's see what they draw up.
The only thing, you can tell the way I was saying that, I think typically Tug Valley holds until, probably 6, 7, 8 seconds. I like going more in that 12 to 15 second range because I just think.
I don't. I know what you're saying because the putback, if you're down, yeah. But if you're up, I say don't let them get a chance at it. But
well, and it also depends on the quarter you're in as well.
Yeah.
May I have your attention, please? With his last basket, Tug Valley High School junior guard Braden
There's Braden Ferris getting nominated or getting recognized for 1,000 career points. Great job there, the Braden Ferris. You see the Phelps coaching staff come in, they're full 3-piece suits tonight.
Yeah, they wasn't messing around on the sideline gear tonight for sure.
Yeah, they're swaggy. The Cameron and Cody looking good down there, and Marty Casey got the button up on. Mark Dog, he's the mayor of Phelps.
Oh, really?
Yes, he is. Marty's a great guy, man. You need anything at all in Phelps, Marty's one of the true passionate Phelps fans, through and through. Just a really good dude, man. As we sitting here, Weddington has 20 points, 13 rebounds right now. Jamar Stewart, 8 points, 7 rebounds to lead the way for the Hornets. I want to thank all of our sponsors. I want to thank Kessler's Formal Boutique and Consignment for sponsoring the fourth quarter here. 8 minutes to go in this one. Let's see if Phelps has a last run in them here. And listen, don't count the Hornets out.
No, from what you've from what information I've gathered from you here tonight, you know Phelps is a team that's used to coming from.
They're a fourth quarter team.
Fourth quarter team used to coming from behind, so I don't expect them to lay down in this final 750.
No, they definitely ain't going to lay down. And like I said, these boys are running on E. You know, this is 4 games in 4 days for them. And tomorrow they play Scott here. There's Reese Norman off the mark. Ferris grabs the rebound. Here comes the Panthers on the push. Loses over. Newsom back to Ferris. Ferris. Oh, right there. Nice move. Ferris.
Must be a slick spot
nice
there.
pass. Braden Ferris. That's what the officials is cleaning it off here. Man, what a pass by Braden Ferris.
Yeah, that was nasty, but like I said there, Stewart tumbled down, and then as Ferris was going base on there, he took a spill. So
and the Phelps cheerleading squad. And again, Tug Valley, a basketball school otherwise known as cheerleading U, and it is odd not seeing the Tug Valley cheerleaders here.
Yeah, I didn't even
notice it till just then.
Yeah, that is odd. I'm sure something's going on, or
I know they got cheerleading nationals. I know the middle school is down in Disney. I don't know if high schools are, but
right.
Somebody let us know. Hopefully they come tomorrow.
Yeah, that is pretty surprising because usually they're here year in, year out.
There's the Dessay off the mark. Here comes Braden Ferris in a hurry back the other direction. And Ferris
might
blocked.
see a big dunk here.
Yep. Here you go, Dessay. 5 slamma jamma. They'll kick it out. Carson Newsom over to Hale. Deanna Wilman says Tug Valley cheer night shine in Huntington tonight.
There you go.
So appreciate that, Deanna.
I knew that too. I forgot. That's always a great event that they take part in. They do that yearly.
Now coming back, Carson Newsom swings it over. Eli, he threw that one in the rafters. Come back, Jamar Stewart. Nice job, nice kick, and coming back the other way, Carson Newsom on the push. Newsom pull up off the mark. Guys, want to thank Morris Chrysler of West Williamson for sponsoring tonight's game. Make sure you guys hit that like and share button, get these numbers up, as Tug Valley trying to hold off the Hornets here, but the Hornets trying for a last surge here.
Oh, wild play to Eli there, just off the back of the rim.
Strong rebound by Weddington. Here comes Jamar Stewart getting downhill. Nice job, Stewart. Ooh, man, did some contact there. I think there's quite a bit of contact.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you get through that drive with no call, but
me either, Stewart. But now that kid giving it all he has out there.
Phelps faithful definitely won the foul call on that drive.
Jason Height says who's Tug play tomorrow and what time. Jason, they play Belfry at 9 o'clock. Swing it over. Nice, Caden Hale.
Good take.
Yeah, good finish, left-handed finish there for Caden Hale. Here comes Rash back the other way. Rash trying to get downhill. Good defense. There's Rash, nice rebound, floater up, no good. They'll kick it up, Braden Ferris, one-on-one with Stewart. And Ferris nets it. And they've stretched this out to a 15-point lead, Tug Valley has. There's Reese Norman. Reese Norman on drive, shot blocked by Davis. Ferris back the other way, he's got Carson Newsom. Nice job.
Wow.
Yep. Timeout, full timeout by Cameron Smith. Tug Valley clicking on all cylinders. We'll be right back here after a quick word from our sponsors. You're watching the D&D Sports Network coverage of the 23rd Annual Hatfield and McCoy Shootout.
Don't be stuck out in the harsh weather this winter. Make sure you get your car right and stop by Western Auto, located in Kermit, West Virginia. They're also a certified steel dealer, so if you're looking for outdoor or car needs, call Western Auto today.
back here, Andrew. Want to thank real quick Crumb Funeral Home, Butcher's Towing, Blue Light Bargains, Kermit Western Auto, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Cheech's Pizza, Eric's Trucking, T&D Quick Stop, Warfield IGA, Southside Mall, Tommy's Auto, Hornets Restaurant, Hilltop Pharmacy and Primary Care, Ill Mark. Stop by and see them in Kemper, Kentucky. Lafferty Medical Clinic, White's Appliance and Furniture, Giovanni's of Gilbert, Fletcher's Signs and Designs will get you game day gear ready. Call them today. I want to thank Butler Dental, J&L Auto Sales, Kessler's Formal Boutique and Consignment, and West Virginia Paving. Hit up West Virginia Paving for all your paving needs. We'll come back and got Jamar Stewart. Nice dump down.
Ethan Farrell with another steal in tonight's game. Cameron Sloan's checked in here for the Panthers. He's been seeing a little bit of some varsity minutes here of late.
Yeah, I'm surprised that got to see large playing time last year as Preston May.
Well,
does he get a play?
Well, Preston actually didn't play this year.
Wow.
He actually played that, Tug Valley made that historic football run. He actually played, I think it was with a torn ligament in his hand, and he had some surgery directly following football season. So,
yeah, that's a good reason why. And they're going to get Weddington with the push on Farrell.
Phelps is very frustrated, and I think you're seeing the effects of, like you said, 4 games in a row or 5, whatever it may be, but you can tell these guys are just dead tired.
It's 4 in a row right now, 5 tomorrow when they play Scott.
Shoot.
And Joe Kendra says Weddington with 20 points, 14 rebounds. Big game for Weddington tonight.
Yeah, he always stuffs the stat sheet for sure.
Pastor Terry, go Tug Valley, he says. And Workman, Kenny and Doris Workman says, go Panthers. We got Ferris guarded by Knox Wallace. Knox Wallace, big fan of Knox Wallace. And now here comes Jamar Stewart. Nice.
Wow.
Stewart left it short, but Knox Wallace cleans up the mess.
Despite the score here, Phelps is not backing down.
No, still sticking in there. Caden Hale wide open from the free throw line. Swing it over. Knox Wallace off the glass, no good. Put back, good by Weddington. Weddington continues to eat here.
I'm a big basketball guy, and I have a bunch of buddies that, we get in these car rides to go watch somebody play, and we get all these hypothetical arguments and questions. But we got on the topic of Tyler Weddington the other day, and somebody, one of my buddies
nice putback,
stated the question of his NBA comparison. And I said, I can't really think of one, but I said, if you put like
Jokic would be the closest.
Yeah, somebody said that, but I said, I almost like, because I think he has a little bit of grit about him. I said, if you could mix Zach Randolph, Zebo, and Luka Doncic, I think that'd be your closest comparison there. And they all thought that was pretty funny.
I'll tell you who he reminds me of is Greg Ostertag back in the day.
Yeah.
I know it's probably before your time.
Well, I've played enough 2K. I know.
Yeah. He's a lot like Greg Ostertag, big country.
He's just fun to watch, man. He can just flat out play.
He can. There's Stewart. Back iron, no good. Weddington.
Another rebound.
Yeah. Taylor Klein says Tug has played a lot over the week as well. Jonathan Blair says we want Tug in Martin County.
I agree with that, Jonathan.
Yeah, and Cameron Smith telling the official, I don't know what
I'm not sure what the conversation even was about there.
You asking for Martin County, you're asking for something you may not want.
That is true too.
Yeah, that Martin County team very tough. Now Tug Valley played them super close in the zip zone. It was a great ball game. I could see why Panther fans want to see it again.
And that was without Ashton Davis, Bryson Eli. I mean, all your football guys wasn't even suited up in that game. So, but what people don't think about too, Martin County's definitely a lot better from that day. But at the same time, I think Tug Valley is too. So I'd like to watch it.
Well, and Martin County, they had their players, but that was the first game back.
Absolutely.
First day back. They played the football game the night before and drove 3.5 hours.
Yeah, so
there's a little of that too. But it definitely a game I think needs to happen for the communities because the communities love that. It'd be a big fundraiser for both schools.
Absolutely.
There's Ferris, nice job. Braden Ferris stretches it out to a 21-point game here. Desai kicks over to Wallace, down to Desai. A Desai drive kick. Stewart, 3. In and out, no good. Weddington continue. And listen, it's just a case, Tug don't have anybody that can keep him off the boards, and that's no shame in their game because I can promise you're not going to see anybody like Tyler Weddington in West Virginia.
I don't know. I don't know if there's a Kentucky team that can keep him off the board.
No,
this guy just has a nose for the ball.
He does. He's special. Ethan Farrell out top.
See Jace Hale set to check in the game for the Panthers here, younger brother of Caden Hale.
Hayden Sturgill says last few years Martin County made up of should-be Tug players. Weddington kid is like Shaq. He lays in there and gets him boards, Stephen Markham says. And Joe Kinder says, give me Tug and Martin County.
Definitely one that the fans want to see.
Yeah, I agree. Boo Nelson says, I worked with Tyler Hodge and played softball with Rabbit, Cameron Smith. It's hard for me to pick who I want to win this one. Stephen Markham says, when I interview Tug's coach tonight, ask him and ask JJ from Martin when they'll play. The fans want it. Listen, Cheetah, we could take and make that happen. Let's put it out at the old Wimpson Rick over at the cages. Have it happen down there. Braden Ferris gets a standing ovation, joining the 1,000-point club tonight.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Braden's had a great career here at Tug Valley, and honestly, anything he adds to that in the next year and a half is just icing on the cake. I look for him to be in the Tug Valley Hall of Fame someday in the future.
Nice job. Swing it over. There's Knox Wallace. Weddington calling for it. Nice job by Weddington, couldn't convert. Second chance, he's just patting his rebound.
Darryl, I think the way I just seen him shoot that jump shot, I think Jokic probably does.
Yeah.
The Jokic comparison is probably the best.
It is definitely the best comparison if you're going by today's players. And I think somebody on here, Big Country, Bryant Reeves, I agree with you. That's spot on, Gary Canada.
Braxton Perry set to check in for the Tug Valley Panthers. You like to see when you get a lead at the end of the game. Let these guys that battle it out in practice every day get a little bit of varsity time.
You would. 66-43. You're looking at a 25-point lead right now. And Tug Valley has emptied their bench. John Sequoia in for the Hornets. He's going to be one of the key players in the future for Phelps.
Man, I seen him play middle school last year. He was nice with it.
He's special. Very special. The Philippine assassin. There's Weddington, three-pointer up, no good. Hale Swings it over. And no, kick it up. Nice job, good ball movement. And they're gonna throw it away. Sequoia kicks it up to Knox Wallace. Don't get travel. Or what they call him?
I think he just blew the whistle just to get the sub in, which I don't know. People argue about that rule all the time too.
I like it, man.
I like it. Yeah, it don't hurt nothing.
No, just stop and get them in. Tug beating the pressure right now. And Knox Wallace, they'll kick it over. Dessay. Phelps will lose this one 68-47 as we'll step away for just a second, come right back and name our Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game. Let us know at home who you think will definitely take your recommendation into strong consideration. We'll be right back here on the D&D Sports Network.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the Southern Coalfields.
For any of your financial needs, we encourage you to stop by one of our 5 convenient locations or apply online today at lbnt.com.
Whether you choose to stop by or visit us online, our team is here to help you every step of the way.
Buying a new home, expanding your business? Choose Logan Bank and Trust. Let's bank together.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
We are back here at the historic Williamson Fieldhouse. Tug Valley lays one on the Phelps Hornets. They get revenge to that loss in Naugatuck. Revenge of loss, 68-51. And Andrew, I think it's clear the Tug Valley Wellness Clinic Player of the Game goes to Mr. 1,000-point scorer, Braden Ferris.
Absolutely. I think he dictated the pace of this game, the entire game. Done it really well at attacking the basket and getting downhill and scoring. But yeah, I think without a doubt he's the player of the game.
Yeah, great job for him. And again, like I said, this was a big win for Tug Valley. Phelps people don't get too down on the Hornets. They did have 4 games in a row, and they just come from a dog fight with Matthew Taylor, Shelby Valley Wildcats.
Absolutely, and like I said at the end of the game, I think you could start to see the effects of playing that many games in a row, and fatigue sets in, and it's hard to. But like I said, I don't think they ever laid down. And they competed to the final buzzer.
Ferris had 22 points on the night. Joe, what did Weddington end up with? A lot of people voting for Tyler Weddington. Weddington probably would have been the player of the game, but we can't give it to somebody that loses, so we got to give it to the winner. And Braden Ferris, as you talked about, he dictated the pace of the game from the get-go.
Absolutely, and that's the comment I made off air. Phelps wins this ball game. It's no doubt Tyler Weddington.
Yeah, so big win here for the Panthers. Tomorrow, we will get, tomorrow night here, we'll get a lot of action coming at you here from 11 o'clock in the morning all the way up until 9 o'clock at tomorrow night. Andrew, let's take a look real quick and look at the games for tomorrow. It looks like you got just the Markham's AAU team at 11. 12:15, Williamson Belfry Middle School. Your little brother will be playing in that one.
Yep.
Yeah, the Ashton Evans. Then you got Mingo Central, Phelps girls. Then Jaden Stewart, Austin's Ferry will square off at 3 o'clock. Martin County takes on South Charleston. Phelps Hornets will take on Scott. Mingo Central versus Polka. And rounding out the night will be Belfry versus Tug Valley. So we got a great slate of games tomorrow here at the Chris Atkins Hatfield McCoy Shootout for Andrew and myself. Guys, we're going to jump off here. Want to thank Crum Funeral Home. I want to thank our good friends at Blue Light Bargains, Butcher's Towing, Kermit Western Auto, Eric's Trucking, Cheech's Pizza, Medicine Cabinet of Kermit, T&D Quick Stop, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Cheech's, Southside Mall, Hometown Pharmacy, Blessings from Above, Hornets Restaurant, Hilltop Primary Care, Hilltop Pharmacy, Lafferty's Medical Clinic, White's Appliance and Furniture, Giovanni's of Gilbert, Fletcher's Signs and Designs, getting you game day gear ready, J&L Auto Sales, Butler Dental, West Madison Grocery, Hometown Delights, Lucky Dog Thrift Store, Southern Shears, Farrell and Hall Insurance Agency, celebrating over 75 years of serving their community. I want to thank Kessler's Formal Boutique and Consignment, and West Virginia Paving. Andrew, thanks for joining us once again. Always good calling with you, man. And congratulations to the Tug Valley Panthers. So